drag to age 65 and see how the distributions happen. Okay, on the left, we take out 72, we pay $14,000 in taxes to net $57,000 to live off of. On the right side, we just take out the $57,000 because we've already paid those taxes. I like to point this out to my clients because this concept blew me away when I first saw this strategy many years ago. Notice on the left side, the balance went down because we took out money. But on the right side, the balance actually went up. How can that be possible? Now you can actually see how the distributions work in the IUL. How you're actually borrowing money from the insurance company using your life insurance policy as collateral. We don't pay taxes on borrowed money. And since we're borrowing money, our account balance doesn't get touched. It just keeps right on earning. And the best part is that the growth that has happened all those years is in a life insurance vehicle instead of an investment account. We get to take advantage of some incredible tax benefits. All that growth is tax-free. We don't have to pay any taxes on it, ever. That's certainly not the case with the qualified plans. This is usually the point when the clients start to get it. So I'm going to give you a minute to let that sink in. Now to drive home the concept, I'll drag the age slider to 73, a year after the qualified plan runs out of money. Now tell me, how much money is in the IUL? Yep, over $1 million and growing. Okay, so how long would you like to live? Okay, I'm getting all kind of answers, but most guys are saying around age 85 or 90. Thanks, Jessa. So let's drag the slider to age 90. We are still steadily receiving $57,000 each year, and we haven't paid a penny more in taxes. Look at this. It's the total of all the net income throughout the years. The IUL has provided over $1.4 million to live on, while the left side only provided $455,000 and was out of money 18 years ago. So I'm asking you, which plan would you rather have? Well, I'm going to tell you which plan I'd rather have. And I want you to understand this is why it's so significant. That was pretty quick, but what I want to let you know is that the reason I'm doing it that fast is because we don't have a lot of time. So email us, call us, text us if you couldn't follow. The important thing to understand is your qualified is a lump sum. An insurance policy can grow with time, not your nest egg. Put all of your attention on money growing, not on the fixed part, because you're going to get taxed on that. And so we want to figure out a way where you can keep your money, you can grow your money. That's not the goal for your FA. Okay. As an insurance person, we're there to keep your money safe and to grow it, whether it's quick or not. I don't want to have the stomach pains of, am I going to lose all my money every day? And at 50, 60, you don't have that privilege to be able to do it like that. And so the reason why we have so many seniors that trust us is because we care. Plus, I am one. At 64, I'm not playing with my retirement, and I'm not going to play with yours. So I want you to understand, find people that love you, that care about you, and care about you living your very best life. So when we talk about that, I want to shoot to another really quick video, Jess, on exactly what you should look for before I bring in my special guest. Jess? Uh-oh, it sounds like we're having audio problems.
It's a fascinating situation.
Well,
because the problem is
our special guest, so that's fine. Just go ahead and roll it there. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like all the audio is on there. That's okay. I can just talk about it. So when we talk about getting older, we talk about retirement and wanting to live our very best life, right? We don't want to be struggling. We want to dance with our partner, but we don't want the ups and downs from volatility. And so what happens is when we don't understand that, we wake up like it did in 2008, and look at that, a downturn. We are on the precipice of the greatest retirement crisis in the history of the world in the decades that all witness what's going to happen to a lot of elderly seniors. They're too frail to work and too weak to be able to, or too poor to be able to take care of their expenses, while the FAs are having a great time. Stock market-like gains without stock market risks. That's what we do when we eliminate stock market losses through what? through life insurance strategies, which is why we're going to show you how to tweak it and take it to the next level so you can sleep well at night. It's so important as we continue to grow in our most wonderful years, our most experienced years, our most powerful years, that we can play golf, we can hang out on the beach, we can do the things we love to do. How? By being prepared, not only financially, but also being prepared health-wise. Most people don't realize that, guess what? Your biggest expense is going to be your health, not your mortgage, right? We are living longer, but guess what? We're also paying longer. So could you possibly outlive your money? There's a good chance that you can. And so with our rates going up higher and higher on health costs, you've got to be prepared to have that conversation with your spouse. How much money do I have that I can put into a long-term care, or can I take out of my 401k so that we have enough money to live on the way we are currently living? And a lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, you know what? I don't know. I've got 500,000 in my 401k. I'm good. Well, guess what? You're not good. As we just saw in the example, that if you say, let's say you live an extra 10 years, and let's say based on that, you've got 500,000, and let's say you spend 100,000 a year. Well, guess what? You're out of money if you live past that. And let's not forget that we haven't put in any healthcare costs. Medicare will take care of some of it, but it's not going to take care of all of it. And so the reason that you need a holistic perspective, and that's what we do, is because we show you all the little things that maybe everybody doesn't talk to you about it. Maybe your CPA doesn't want to go through all that. They just want to do your taxes. Maybe you should talk to somebody who has you in mind and not your bank account. And that's what we do here. We look at things that can give you a supercharge going into your best years. Why is that your best years? Because you are the smartest that you've ever been. You are the oldest that you've ever been. You've had more experience than you've ever had in your senior years. So don't be afraid of it. I'm proud to say 64. Somebody doesn't like it, I don't care. You know why? Because I feel I have earned the right to be able to speak my mind. I don't care about the colors of somebody's curtain in an HOA. I don't want to go and retire and get on a board and argue about daffodils and lilies. We bring so much to the table, you guys. Seniors, get empowered. Come to us. Join the community. We do meditation. We do all the kind of things so you can live your very best life. So what does that mean? That means now you need to hear from Warren Buffett, since we kind of let the cat out the bag. I want you to hear what he says about the people in his industry that are giving advice every day. Jessa, roll it.
It's a fascinating situation because the problem isn't that it's a fascinating situation because the problem isn't that the advisors are going to do so terrible. It's just that you have an option available that doesn't cost you anything that is going to do better than they are in aggregate. And it's an interesting question. I mean, if you hire an obstetrician, assuming you need one, they're going to do a better job of delivering the baby than, if the spouse comes in to do it, or if they just pick somebody up off the street. And if you go to a dentist, if you hire a plumber, in all the professions, there is value added by the professionals as a group compared to doing it yourself or just randomly picking laymen. In the investment world, it isn't true. I mean, the active group, the people that are professionals in aggregate, cannot do better than the aggregate of the people who just sit tight. And if you say, well, in the active group, there's some person that's terrific, I will agree with you. But the passive people can't all pick that person, and they don't know how to identify them.
They don't know how to identify them. Isn't that sad? You get employee benefits and somebody picks all your mutual funds. They're looking out for you, right? You don't have time to do your due diligence because you're working every day and you're tired. I get it. I understand. But what he's telling you is, Unless you got the top of the line, everybody else gets information from them if they are lucky enough to do so. So you're paying 1% that could cost you over 20, 30 years, 30, 40, 100, $200,000 and or more, depending on how much you make. You're just giving it to somebody who's just going to take a chance. And what happens is when you're dealing with people that are not at the top, right, like BlackRock, if you don't have somebody who's watching your money, which you'd have to be in the top 1% to get that kind of treatment, you're not getting the best. So it's better to go and do your DIY, do it yourself, super simple. And guess what? The computers are more accurate than your FAs. I love them. I understand them. I appreciate it. I went down that whole road as well. But the idea is this. I'm here to help you live a better life in retirement. I'm here to show you how you don't have to change your lifestyle because somebody else is living off of you. I want you to understand that what's important, so important, is you take control of your life now. We are living in a time when life is faster than ever. Things are changing. People are becoming billionaires and people are going broke overnight. You know how you protect yourself? Knowledge and wisdom. When you hear from somebody like Warren Buffett that the FAs that you probably have are passive, which means they're getting information from somebody else. Yeah, there's probably some superstar or a couple of superstars, but the idea is that you have got to be able to understand what is going on and how to do it. And once you have that control, you can do all kinds of things. So I want to invite Alicia back to the stage. Let's have a conversation like this. You guys, tell me your comments. What do you think? What do you think is going on out there?
I can tell you, they make money out of us, out of our transactions, and we keep losing money and gaining very little. So come on, guys. We need to take control of our money now more than ever. Why are we making those financial advisors richer and our accounts shrinking?
And they get paid whether you win or lose, right, Alicia? It doesn't matter. You lose, they still get paid. Not to saying some of them aren't phenomenal, because I do know some, but I'm going to tell you it's not the majority. And so you could, pay anybody 1% to miss the mark. Is that really what you want? That's not how I think you should do it. So that being said, that was my portion on how you use the IUL, why the IUL is better than putting your money in the market and seeing if it goes up or down. And at the end of the day, you're the one left with the losses, no one else.
So control your money, people. Don't let someone else do it for you.
All right. What's up next?
And at this time, what do we have? It's called Memory Game.
Memory Game. Go.
So the beautiful part of Memory Game is when we pay attention, when we're focused on the message, okay? Sometimes we miss a little thing here and there, but no worries. Throughout the presentation, Mone Swann was using some object. What color was the object? For those who pay attention what Mone was using, send us a quick direct message using the platform you're logged in, or send it at info@secure65healthplans.com. Hurry, because we want to send those prices to you to your mailing address. So put your name and mailing address, and we'll be happy to send you. It could be a t-shirt, it could be a tote bag, it could be a notepad, it could be a pen, many other things coming your way. So don't waste time.
Woohoo! Get in our community. You guys have no idea how well that will help you live longer, happier, and thrive at Secure 65.
Thank you for those answering. We'll be announcing those winners towards the end. So yay! Thank you. So the next topic, is full of golden nuggets, I'll
Uh-oh.
say.
I
And you
love
say,
golden nuggets.
what are those? So, life insurance, we know permanent, like a whole life, great. IULs, great. We also know about term life insurance that it only lasts a few years. But today I want to focus on infinite banking, also known, take a look at the bottom. It says known as becoming your own banker. Keep that in the back of your mind. What is that? It means that you don't have to borrow the money from the bank. Instead, you borrow from yourself. And I'll show you how. We also have what is called kaizen, which is a Japanese term for a better future. So, and that is another strategy. So let's start with infinite banking, where you use a financial vehicle, a financial plan, and you accumulate cash value throughout the years. So when you have a big expense like a down payment on a home, or want to buy a car, or pay the college for your grandchild, you can borrow against, not from it, but against that plan, and you use it for that event that you want to fund. But keep in mind, whatever money you initially put in is still accumulating cash value on the initial original money. Okay? It doesn't mean that it went down because you borrow against it, but it continues to get interest, dividends, and you can also designate it to be a legacy to your family members. So that's fantastic. And guess what? You're not paying interest on that loan because it's your own money, which helps you in taxes. Now, Kaizen, on the other hand, is a different type of strategy. But it's very simple, but it has a lot of whistles. Now, let me present it the most simple way to you. Let's say you commit to put a certain amount of money every year for a certain amount of years. And the example that you have in front of you is those 5 little blue piggies are 5 years from a client. So let's say you put 50, 50, 50,000 in each of those 5. Great, awesome, perfect. The bank is matching the same years plus 10 more other years. Isn't that amazing? You invest 5 years and they invest a total of 15 years. That's a simple strategy. But yes, for those specific details in your case, give us a call. We'll set up a one-on-one with you, or email us at info@secure65 health plans, and we'll set up the appointment with you, as it has a lot of moving parts. But isn't that great? I want to have one of those plans. What do you think, Monet?
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it because being your own boss in these times is imperative. And being smart boss is also imperative. And so to all of my FA friends who have been sending me messages, I love you, but I'm only going to support the top ones. Why? Because money is important. So if you know who you are, or who I'm talking to, level up, level up, level up, because you're talking about people's lives. And I take that very seriously. And you know that. I still love you, but you know that. Okay, so I love the infinite banking and I love Kaizen. And Kaizen, it's good for you to have money that you can put in consistently for 5 years. Infinite banking, yes, you can do it with smaller amounts. I'm kind of kooky about it because I like you to put it into things that continue to grow. And when I say that, real estate, things like that, of that nature, not something that's a depreciating asset. Now, I'll get into that with those who become my clients. But it's important because you need to pay yourself back. And if you are not diligent, do not do an infinite banking because you will have some tax implications you will not know how to handle. So that would be what I would bring to this conversation. But yes, Alicia, great job. I want them to at least get how they can use it in retirement. And then if they use it, how to make sure that it doesn't cost them more money, but they can create a legacy We've got tax strategies. We've got some of the best partners in the country that will work with you. So don't be shy. Let us know. Email us. Call us at 833-300-4968. On the bottom, email us at info@secure65healthplans.com. And for those of you who are younger that says, yeah, I really want the infinite banking or the Kaizen, we're always there for you. DM us. You know how to do
Yes.
that. Okay, that's it for me.
Thank you, Monet. The next topic we have in house is really amazing.
Long-term care.
Some of us, for example, don't have the best health. Some of us are quite healthy, on the other hand. But some of us have, let's say, parents' medical history that give us an indication where and how we may end up ourselves. So, for example, I'm married and I have a child. I don't want to be a burden to my daughter because I have an autoimmune disorder. I know for a fact that I will have issues later in life. So I prepare myself, as well as my husband, with a long-term care plan. That is a combination of a life insurance vehicle with long-term care. And let's say I put 100,000 or 200,000 in it. And it's a life insurance, which has the great asset of a long-term care as well. But the plus of it is that it contains what is called continuation of benefits. That in the event you use all 200,000 at one point in your life, let's say 15, 20 years into it, because you are not able to dress yourself or shower or eat, and somebody else still need to come to your house, the plan has this rider, continuation of benefit. And one of the best whistles that comes with it is that if you exhaust all the money in your long-term care plan, it continues to pay the benefits, even though there's no more money, because it's a continuation of benefit for a lifetime. And we have found one of the best carriers for that. So for more information on that, send again an email at info@secure65healthplans, and I will more than happy to share those details with you. But I want to share a beautiful video with you about a mom and a son that have a great relationship, and she is well taken care. Bring it on, Jessa.
Hi, folks. My name is Martin. I'm an agent and senior advocate with BIVX. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about long-term care insurance. So I brought along my lovely assistant here. Her name is Nancy, and she is my mother. Say hi to everybody, Mom.
Hi, everybody.
She's also a pretty smart cookie because she's got some very robust long-term care insurance that she got many years ago. And I wish I could take credit for that, but she got it before I entered this industry. And so I'd like to thank her advisor and insurance agent from many years ago. Anyway, so long-term care. A lot of people don't think about it, unfortunately. And when it comes time that you may need long-term care, how's that going to get provided? Well, you've got a few choices. One, and unfortunately a lot of people do this, is they depend on a family member to care for them. And that can be pretty tough, especially if you are having issues with what they call one of the 7 activities of daily living. That could be moving around, eating, going to the bathroom, bathing, things like that. And, let's face it, if you're not able to do something like that and you're depending on a family member to do that for you or to help you with that, let's say they have a job, they got to go to work. How are they going to take care of you during the day? Are they going to come home and have a huge mess? That could be a big problem. Maybe you're having memory issues or issues, cognitive issues. And, we hear it all the time. There's a silver alert out because somebody wandered off because their family member had to go to the store or had to go to work, and they just wander off and are lost. That's not a great option. Another option, though, for long-term care is to depend on the state. Now, I'm not talking about Medicare, because Medicare does not pay a dime towards long-term care. What I'm talking about is moving into a state home. And that doesn't sound very attractive either, because let's face it, what's a state home going to provide? You're going to be in a big building. They're going to get you up in the morning, take you down to the group room, let you sit there all day, feed you some probably not very appetizing food, and then take you back to your room at night. And in most cases, you're going to have to spend down a large portion of your assets, your savings, before the state will take over paying for that. So a couple, one of them needs to go into a long-term care facility, and you're going to the state home, you're going to have to spend down all of your assets before the state will start paying for it. And then what does that leave for your spouse? Again, not a great option. A third option is obviously to pay for it yourself. And some people say, man, I don't need long-term care insurance. I've got a bunch of money. I did well for myself, and I can pay for it. Sounds fantastic. Any idea how much they cost? Right now, basic long-term care, I'm not talking about the intense skilled nursing. I'm not talking about memory care. I'm talking about just the basics. $5,000 to $6,000 a month. That's going to add up real quick. And unless you've got a ton of money, again, are you going to end up spending all the money on your care and then leaving your spouse out in the cold? And then they end up in the stay at home because there's no more money left, or it's just all gone. That's not fair either. So what is the best option? Long-term care insurance, which this very, as I said, smart cookie lady got many years ago. So there are policies out there, hers is included, that will continue paying as long as you need your long-term care. Even if you exhaust all the benefits, they will continue paying. And that is fantastic, because then we don't have to worry about mom sitting in a state facility. Not that she is now. She's still living in her own home and will be for quite a while. But who knows when she may need some extra care. So it's there. My brother and sister and I don't have to come up with $2,000-$3,000 a month for her to stay in a long-term care facility, because like I said, it's $5,000-$6,000 a month now. Do you think the price is going to go down? What do you think?
Probably not.
Are you paying any less at the grocery store today than you were a year ago? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So price of everything is going to go up. That's going to continue to go up. And your family, unless they want you in a state home or, again, taking care of you themselves, they're going to have to come up with that money every month. So we have some great products provided by different carriers for long-term care that can relieve that burden from your spouse, from your family. You can take the money that you save for retirement, use it for yourselves, leave that legacy to your family, to your children, to your grandchildren, and still enjoy your golden years. And not make them your tarnished years, because staying in a state facility or staying at home while being a burden to your family doesn't sound golden to me. So give us a call. Mone will give you all the contact information, and we can let you know how we can get you set up and take care of yourself and your family. Y'all have a great afternoon. Great talking to you. Say bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.
I bribed her with tacos for this. So.
He promised.
That was an amazing story, and it's a real story. He's one of our agents and his mother, Nancy, which is delightful. So what do you think about it, Mone? Can we help more people by providing the proper long-term care plans? There's so many people that are struggling these days.
I think, again, knowledge and awareness of what's going on. When we think about seniors, there's 60% that are living on or under the 200% poverty level. That's a lot of people. I think it was something, what, 17 million, Alicia?
Yes.
Something
Yes,
like
yes.
that. And I got to tell you, it breaks my heart because we need to do more. We talk about community, but are we really acting like a community?
Mm.
It's good to be able to speak your mind, tell people to respect you. But I think at the end of the day, understanding we all deserve love, whether you know that person or not, they may not have any family. Go to a nursing home, check it out, look and see how people are being treated, see if they've got family. Community is everything. But what if you don't have a son that can take care of you? What if you have a mom or a father who never got long-term care and now you're their care provider? Did you know that most care providers die 2 years after the person they're taking care of dies? It's a lot of stress going on. And so people
Mm.
don't understand we are all in this together, all of us. You can't just turn a blind eye because you don't want to see it, but you can help. And it doesn't mean that you have to put in something financially. But the idea is, you know how you help everyone? By getting yourself taken care of. That's the best way. Get a policy that will protect you. We will come up with a holistic way of doing it, whether it's with long-term care or supplemental insurance policies. We understand what money looks like right now, but we also know that you have an opportunity to get a lot. And for those of you who are saying, you don't understand, you don't know me, you don't know what I'm going through, there are kids on YouTube making $5 and $6 million opening boxes. So as a senior with a lot of time, I'd get creative. I would get really creative and I would get one of these policies. I think you can get them up to what, age 80, Alicia?
Correct.
So what are you waiting for? And if you need more information as to how much long-term care would cost in your state, info@secure65healthplans.com. Or
Yes.
call us 833-300-4968. We will show you what it costs to live in your state and how much long-term care costs. So important, so important, so important, because this is how we help you live a better life and thrive.
Yes. And I want to bring to your attention, some people have said to us in the comments, oh, I'm all set. I don't need it. I got Medicare. Please, please hear us loud and clear. Medicare does not pay for long-term care expenses. So I, for example, want to decide where I'm going to be for long-term care, who's going to take care of me, and how they're going to take care of me. Don't leave the burden to someone else to decide for you. We still have a voice. Let's use our voices to decide our care for the future.
And let me say this really, really quickly. So those of you who have insurance agents who tell you, oh, you have cancer, you can't get anything. Or you have diabetes, you can't get anything. None of that is accurate. None of that is true. Okay. We have long-term care that's built on an annuity that you can use.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be linked to you being able to qualify for life insurance. We also have life insurance that will pay you until you die. We also have life insurance that you can put 2 on a policy. So
Yes.
there's no reason for you not to call us and find out, how can I live a better life, Mone? I kind of gave up. I thought at one time that if I had 50,000 in my 401k, I'm set. No, you're not set. You're set to work, which is where we're going to go back into our next topic on what happens if you have to go back to work.
Yes.
All right. I know this is a topic some of you are going to feel kind of, I'm not sure. I think I'm okay. I've got an FA. I've got some life insurance. Well, guess what? Retirement is not about just finances. There are some people that are millionaires that are killing themselves. Why? Retirement didn't turn out to be like they thought. And so what we've done is gone through studies with the National Council on Aging, and they have explained to me specifically what's going on out there. Did you know that the highest rate of completed suicides are males 65 and older? Bet you didn't know that, did you? Important to understand. So maybe it's not all about the money. Maybe it's all about community. Maybe it's all about your time. So there are 4 phases that I think we should think about when we talk about embracing opportunities beyond retirement. Maybe you should go back to work. Maybe you don't need the money, but you don't have to go back to your old job. Go back to something you want to do that maybe you only dibbled or dabbled in it. Maybe you used to sing. Maybe you used to act. Maybe you've always loved computers. Find something that you used to do and love, but you kind of push it to the side because retirement is all about you. This is when you get to live with you. You get to find out how much you should love you and why other people either love or don't love you. Find some new hobbies. You have to figure out, how do I continue to level up as a retiree? Because if you don't, you can only play so much golf. You can only do so much bowling. You can do only so much sailing, so much traveling. And eventually, studies say after 1.5 to 2 years, most people get bored. Why? Because they lose and they miss their routines. You think, I don't miss my routine. I can get up whenever I want. Yeah, but you have no purpose. Okay, you have no purpose. And you don't understand how important that word is until you have nothing to do. Nobody calls you. Nobody cares. All of your friends were in corporate. And now you're finding yourself trying to take these little jobs that are not fulfilling and you're not happy. These are supposed to be your golden years. So let's talk about some things that can make it your golden years that will accompany your financial strengths. So besides finding new hobbies, learning about cryptocurrency and AI. I can't tell you how many seniors I talk to that are afraid of digital currency. Don't be. It's replacing your dollar. You need to do that. We have cryptocurrency and AI classes. You need to learn how to do these things. Why? Because that is going to be the everyday thing. And the reason I say it like that, for those of us in our 60s, we remember the rotary phone. How many of you remember the rotary phone? Oh, yeah. Under 40, you don't know anything about a rotary phone. We had 3 stations. They went off at midnight. We also did not have computers. We didn't have cell phones when we were growing up. This new generation doesn't know what that looks like. But we are to be the bridge that explains to them why it's so important to have relationships. So you can have relationships with the younger generation by knowing cryptocurrency, by utilizing AI, by having conversations that are empowering, not only just for you, but for the generations that don't have your experience. Creating a new side hustle is one of the things you should look at beyond retirement. What is it that you've always liked to do? I know some people that are excellent at knitting, and they think, nobody wants this. Well, we've got platforms that would love it. DIY platforms all day long that will pay you for the things you do on the side. Join communities. Loneliness is a killer. We're finding out that more seniors, even though they're in assisted care living facilities, guess what? They just go right on back to their apartment and they still are lonely. Join communities where you have like things in common, like the community does photography, join that. They like pets, join that. They like going to schools and teaching, do that. But don't sit at home and don't isolate. That is the quickest way to age and everything just go wrong for you. Rejuvenating yourself is important. Rejuvenate or reinventing. I do a reinvention probably every 6 months. What does that mean? I might change the way I do my hair. I might, change the places I go. I might change my routine to keep myself fresh, happy, doing things differently. If you get so stuck in a routine, when it's time to go into retirement, you are going to miss that routine, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, because you have nothing to replace it with. So let's look at that. And then, of course, we're going to go back to number 7, which is staying up on technology. Got to do it. Got to do it. Because you're going to isolate yourself if the last thing you were on was a typewriter. Don't do that. Get onto the computers, get your iPad so that you can have conversations with your kids. We have classes for that. So if you say, yeah, I got an iPad and I don't really know how to use it, 833-300-4968. Again, 833-300-4968. This agency or brokerage is not just about the money. We're about community. We're about helping you live your best life. And the only way you can do that is that you got to get engaged. So if you want to know ways to embrace your retirement, these 7 ways are going to get you there. And the financial things we've talked about at the beginning just merge beautifully so that you can live a life worth living. Back to you, Alicia.
Thank you, Mone. And imagine, the more you use your skills and your experience, the more engaged you are, the more positive thoughts, the more you share with others. Share that great experience you have. You are valuable. Don't give it up. Do not isolate yourself during your retirement, because it's more critical for your physical and mental state to be fit. And our next topic, okay, we don't want to scare you. Instead, we want to prepare you for it. So here are some fears that you guys may face. And to that, Monet will go into those details a little bit more with you.
Oh, I just love that. You know what? It's empowering. So we're going to go through these pretty quickly because we've kind of touched on them a little bit. But from the National Council on Aging, these are the things that they are saying seniors are most concerned with: financial stability, social isolation, loneliness and bereavement, delaying their retirement, ageism, not saving enough in their 401k, not knowing how to maximize and or contribute to the future, the cost of living increasing, Social Security benefits. Well, will we even have them in the next 20 years? Knowing that 65% of U.S. residents are living paycheck to paycheck, that ought to make you a little afraid. 56% of retired women don't have enough money to retire comfortably. Not just retire, not going to a car to live in, not having to live on the beach, but don't have enough money to live the life that they are currently living, which would make me fearful as well. 1.7 million Americans 65 plus are economically insecure and living at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. Number 11, outliving your money. Number 12, increasing healthcare costs as we get older. And of course, we're going to need more healthcare, even though, unfortunately, we don't seem to have any cures, but the pharmaceutical industry has made it so we can live off of them for the rest of our life. That's a whole nother topic. And then 70% of people are concerned they can't afford long-term care. So we've taken almost everything off this list for you. Those should no longer be your fears. Ageism, what does that mean? Well, I don't want to tell the guy at the grocery store to help me because I don't want them to treat me differently. Somebody wants to open the door, let them. Somebody wants to carry out your bags, let them. I kind of like that old way of taking care of women and women taking care of men. What is wrong with that? If you don't have enough savings in your 401k, call us so we can help you find something to do to make up for that money. You could actually make up for 10 or 15 years with the right side hustle. Isolation, no such thing. When you're with us, you're part of the community. You get involved, we get involved. Cost of living is increasing. Yes, that's just part of life. But again, coming up with the financial strategies that we'll give you will help you get there. So get out of your old mentality of, I've just got to have a financial advisor and he's going to tell me how to hold my money in the market until I don't have any. That's exactly what's going to happen. When you don't have any, trust and believe, nobody calls you back. Got to put yourself first. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. I'm like the Paul Revere of insurance agents. It's coming. It's coming. Don't wait and then say, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money. Don't do that. Now, that doesn't mean we can't help you, but we don't want you to be part of the 17 million Americans age 65 plus who are economically insecure and living at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. There's no reason for you to. For us to work with you, it doesn't cost you a dime. That should make you jump up and say, hello, yay, I'm happy. I finally find people who care. We're not in it for the money. We're doing it because we love people. And we also know that people helping people is what helps you live longer, feel better, and it doesn't cost you a dime to be a good person. So when it comes to empowering seniors to tackle their greatest fears, it's all about conversations. That's what we do. We will converse with you so that you can come up with some of these strategies to overcome these fears. And I think that's important. Alicia, your thoughts?
My goodness, we have so many golden nuggets for everyone. Instead of being fear, be powerful.
Yes.
Empower yourself. Call us, okay? Because we all have those parents and grandparents, and one day we're going to be them ourselves. So what goes around comes around. Grandma used to say, plant good seeds in your path. So that's what we're doing, planting the seeds for your future, for a better future than you currently have. And on that topic, we have an amazing topic coming up. And this time, we either have individual plans, individual health insurance plans, or we have group plans. For those with group plans, they come with a lot of benefits, including what is called HSA. It stands for Health Savings Account. How you can use them? Well, the majority of us know how to do it. Hey, I'll take my little credit card and I go to the pharmacy, and whatever the copay, I use my card. Fabulous. We also can use it for supplemental over the counter. Great. But be aware, you're going to use it for makeup. But there's even a better way of utilizing your HSA. And you say, how is that? Well, when you go into the account, if your human resources was good and explaining it to you, you put money away every month, or every paycheck, which is great, right? And you say, well, I'm going to need about this much for my medications a year and any supplementals. Great. And the other money is just passive. But you can use it and invest it in some strategies. And one of the strategies that you can use for it, for example, is things related to letter of medical necessity. So I'll present you a case. A person was told by her primary care that she had a lot of blood circulation issues and that she needed water massages a minimum of 3 days a week. And she was tired of driving back to the local YMCA. So the doctor said, why don't you buy a Whirlpool? Have it in your home, hook it up, and have it even every single day, which is even better. And she said, well, I cannot afford it. So here's the good news for you. You could use your HSA savings for a Whirlpool in this case. All it matters is that the doctor gives you a letter of medical necessity, whether you need it this year, last year, and you have the receipt. You can submit it even though it took place in the past and you borrow money for it. You can claim it, submit it to your HSA, go with us. We'll help you through the process and they can pay for it as long as your doctor says is a requirement for improving your health. Imagine that. Nobody knew that you can get a Whirlpool and you can pay it with your HSA. Isn't that something? So don't be afraid of asking us questions. That's what we're here for, to bring you what you may not be aware of it. As long as you have receipts, you can submit them. As long as those expenses are related to your health, they can be used for HSA. So there are some regulations and guidelines. So give us a call. We know what they are. We'll help you through. Again, the address is on the bottom, our website, our phone number, and the info at Secure 65 Health Plans. What do you think, Mone? Isn't that fantastic?
I think it's fantastic. And there's so much more. You can even get a swimming pool. I mean, you guys make sure you send an email to us because people don't know. You want a swimming pool?
Yes.
You need a swimming pool because you need to get your exercise in? Yes, yes, and yes again. So we have all the information on these HSA rules that you guys didn't think you could do. Yes, you cannot contribute after 65 and you go on Medicare. You can still have it. So I want you to understand the rules so you can play the game to win. That's what this is about. People don't know. So they don't
Yes.
realize that they're paying for things that can be paid by others. So keep that in mind. There's probably a list of 20 that we can go on. Alicia talked on the whirlpool, but knowing that you can go back and take receipts, it doesn't matter, and still take it off your bill. Oh, please. You guys need to go back and look at everything and see if there's something that you can still have the HSA pay for. Okay. So don't be shy. Make sure you call us 833-300-4968 or email us info@secure65healthplans.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Mone. The next topic is about purpose. It's about purpose, drive, and legacy. And you say, oh, you're not telling me anything new here. Actually, yes. What is my purpose? My purpose is to help you navigate the waters of retirement, currently and in the future, for a better tomorrow. So your retirement is more comfortable, is more enjoyable. So my purpose here today is bring you awareness that if you have set your purpose, you can drive, you can keep yourself active, which eventually brings you to what legacy you want to leave to your family, to your neighbors, to your friends, to your communities. By doing what you love, it's not a job, but it's a gift. My gift, for example, is cooking and seeing how people enjoy food when I invite them over, or whether I bring their food to them. So when you find something that you're passionate about it, okay, it becomes a really joy. And when you influence others, then it becomes a domino effect. So whether we want to fund somebody's insurance for life, whether you want to leave your mark in this world by providing your services or volunteering someplace, whether you want to create a nonprofit organization so the name of your family continues to help the community, is another thing. Create a scholarship fund in the names of your children. There are so many things that we can do today where you have a purpose, where you drive, where you enjoy life even more, seeing the fruits of your labor, and whether you're leaving your mark in this world for the next generation. In my case, I have a little one myself, is my grandson. So I will do anything and everything for him. So be aware. It's not just you, but the loved ones around you, your community, your friends. Stay active. Do not fall into the trap of being isolated. Because what? You attract illnesses. So here is the next topic for you all. Community. Look at these people. They're all happy. I recently came across a posting in social media that said 7 adults rented a tent at a farmer's market, and they brought their chairs. They sat down and they say, free recommendation. And young people were curious about, what are you recommending? What is it all about? Well, they were sharing their experiences. So people were asking about love advice. People were asking about, I'm starting a business. Are there any business owners here that can give me some tips? I have some issues in my marriage. You've been living for a long time with your wives. Can you help me out? The line grew so long. People were curious what they were selling. It was free advice, everyone. So seniors have a magnificent treasure full of experiences, skills, knowledge. Utilize it. Be part of a community. Teach. Enjoy going out. Bring youngs with you. I love seeing grandparents in the park playing with the little ones, or the entire family attending an event like a book club or photography, or let's go and watch some birds. Enjoy life because we're only here for a little while. And that little while needs to be lived to the fullest. Don't you agree that with Mone? Tell me, how are we helping our communities these days?
Well, there are so many ways, and it really depends on how old you are. So, you guys, before I jump into that whole thing, I will say this. You do not have to be 65 to join our Secure 65 health plans. Why? My vision for it was to bring all of the generations together. All of us need to be together. Baby boomers, share your wisdom. When we talk about Gen X, Generation Z, millennials, we want you. Empower us, use us. Let's share some experiences. Make us happy again. Give us something to get engaged in. We respect you, we love you, and we understand what you're going through. We went through too. We just kind of handled it a little differently. But we want to be that bridge. We want you to come in and say, hey, I'll help the community. I'll help bring in some photography. I'll come and show you how to do pottery. I'll come and show you how to use the iPad. I'll show you how to use AI. We need to work together and stop splitting the generations. That is not what life is about. The best lives are the ones that incorporate everybody. We don't care where you came from, what you look like, what gender you are, what pronoun you use. We don't care about any of that. We love you for you. You come in, your first name is what? That's what we're going to call you. We don't care about any of the nonsense, all this stuff that's going on. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're all people. We all need to love and support each other. And if we do that, the world would be a much better place. That's the goal, for us to be here and to be happy. And we forget we can only establish that through community. So community means we come together, we love each other, we forgive each other, and we continue to grow and expand together. And if we do that, we don't have time to hate anybody. We don't have time to be judgmental. That's not what we're here for. You can always help somebody grow by critiquing, but please don't criticize. That's not what we're here for. Show us how we can all become better. Let's let one light light the next. That's what community is about. And that's what we do at Secure 65 Health Plans.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mone, for those words of wisdom. And we're not done yet, so don't walk away. There are more goodies to come. Return.
Whew, boy, this time has gone like this, hasn't it, Alicia?
Yes.
I can't even believe it. So we are about 16 minutes over. So I want to just kind of give you a brief synopsis of what we've gone through. We gave you 10 tips that will create a retirement worth living. We want you to always think about your time horizon versus market volatility. 401ks, what they look like, how to stop looking at them as your nest egg and create something that's manageable as you get older, which means you need to look at it as your actual aging assets. Needs to grow. It doesn't need to be static. We went through life insurance, infinite banking, Kaizen, the importance of long-term care, embracing opportunities beyond retirement, empowering seniors, tackling your greatest fears, what you can do with your health insurance, whether it's Medicare, or whether you have HSAs, whether you have long-term care, how you can bring all that together and make it affordable. Also, we said, got to have a purpose. That purpose is going to drive you and create your legacy. That's important because without that, you don't want to keep living. Number 9, community and you. What can you do about it? Be your best self. Put time with you. If you don't like you, there's a good chance nobody else does either. So start to learn to love yourself, put in time to get to know you, and then be that asset out there in the community. And last of all, if you do all of these tips, you're going to have a retirement worth living. And that was the goal for today, is to give you 10 tips, 10 strategies that incorporate finance with a good life. And so I am so happy and grateful that you all are here, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. And we need to grow. And thank you, Susie. Thank you, John. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody who's come on here and said, oh my God, I want to join. What can I do? What can I do? Oh, we got a list. So make sure that you send us something to 833-300-4968. Again, that's our telephone number. We have a wealth mastermind group that's just as important for those of you who really want to supercharge your retirement funds. We've got that together. And then the community, we have a subscription model depending on how much you want to get engaged. If you want to do it on a hobby, or if you want to do it full time, there's a lot of accreditations you can get with working with us. But the way I'd like to close out, because we've got such a warm video that we still want to talk about, is I want you guys to all embrace your journey with confidence and courage, knowing that each step you take is illuminated by the wisdom you've gained. You are all well prepared to create a future as rich and rewarding as the life that you've lived. So don't give yourself any limitations. Just know that you can do all that and more by opening up, being receptive, and saying, today, I'm going to make a difference. If not for everyone, I'm going to start with myself. Love yourself and go forward. That's a retirement worth living.
Thank you, Mone. And that brings us to the very last video and an opportunity to win more prizes. Listen to this love and happiness story. It's very short. I'm sorry.
Hello. 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 Hi. Thank you for my birthday.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for those watching from different areas of the world. Today is happy day, smiling, laughing, having a joy in your life. Today I'm using the image of my little grandson and my only one, my little treasure, little Rob. Little Rob is always happy. He's always enjoying life. He's always making little friends. Look at those eyes and that smile. It gives me warm feelings and gives me joy. A couple of days ago, we were laughing about a funny video, a short video in YouTube. That lady was laughing and she was making everybody laugh. So today's assignment, let's call it Laughing Happy Day, where you can smile at a total stranger and say, have a good day. Look at yourself and say, I'm feeling better today. I have a happy day ahead of me. And for those who don't have a good weather today, with more emphasis on, it doesn't matter whether the sun is out or not. Make yourself your own sun. Shine, laugh, smile. Make it your own. Create your own happiness. Feel better. Feel the joy of life. Thank goodness we have a roof over our heads, health, protection, and above all, love and happiness. We have wonderful families, friends. Enjoy them today. because we never know when unexpected things happen. But today is happy day. Laugh and joy today and make every single day a fantastic day. Looking forward to send you and bring you more fantastic videos of happiness, joy, love, and above all, plenty of health. So from little Rob and I, have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon, and we'll bring you more delightful pictures so you can see his growth and how happy he gets. I know for sure he makes me extremely happy every single day when I receive a photo from his mama. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching this video. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, team behind the team. Jess, Net, everyone, we love you guys. We appreciate it. You guys stay in touch. We've got a lot of great things coming. We have some more community events coming up this month before the month is over. So again, we love you. Thank you again for your time. Thank you, Alicia. Have a great Saturday.
Last question, last chance to
You're going to squeeze
win
it
a
in.
prize. I say several times during the video, how do I call the little one? For those who know the name, put it in the chat, put it in the platform that you're logging in, send it to us at info@secure65healthplans.com. Win t-shirts, golf caps, pens, notepads, you name it, and receive it in your mailing address. So thank you from the bottom of my heart from being here. Many hugs and kisses from all of us. And it's been my pleasure and honor to share all this information with you and Monet today. Have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye.
Jessa? Net? Where's my favorite outro? I'm going to get somebody.
There's the next video. Bye. Okay, let's go.